In the previous season, we covered a story of black magic with a girl named Supiati in Yogyakarta. She was a victim of one's evil black magic spell, named santet. This kind of spell can kill you or emotionally, physically, and mentally traumatize you for a lifetime. This story was covered in Yogyakarta. So my question is, in this big city of Jakarta, do people still practice santet? Who does and why? Who suffers and who benefits? These are things that people need to know and understand. I have learned that one of the most lucrative services in the paranormal business is something they call santet. And amongst the various types of santet, the popular one is ilmu pelet, which is the art of making love potions and spells. We meet again with paranormal practitioner Kang Mashrukhan, who appeared in our previous episode. I wanted to understand the perspective of black magic in Jakarta and also other aspects of paranormal that may be of interest to all of us. Is black magic very common in Indonesia?
Yes, of course. Many practice black magic because for them it's an easy, simple, and hassle-free way to obtain something they want. Many of those who practice black magic have their own reasons. Some use the art of santet to kill or to harm someone physically or mentally. Some have the ability to control the victim's mental state by causing them harm or making them go crazy, especially when it concerns romance. So one can use this black magic specifically for such purposes. And such art is called pelet. And then there are those who want the power to be able to cheat others and obtain their savings.
Is that how you say it, ilmu pelet? How does ilmu pelet work?
Even though there are some that cannot be called black magic, in actual fact, most of these are black magic. They create and force a mental and emotional condition that allows one to be influenced with little effort. Using spells, a photograph, a lock of hair, a piece of clothing, or an article that was used by the person, or even a doll to target the victim's heart. The resulting effect is that the targeted person will not stop thinking of the person who has cast the spell. Usually those who are put under the spell or curse will be affected for a long time, sometimes forever, unless the victim is cured of the spell, or if the victim does not strengthen her faith in God. Sometimes the two shamans, the one who cast the curse and the one fighting it, will battle it out, a spiritual battle. We try to cure those who suffer from these black magic curses. The shaman who casts the curse on the victim will communicate spiritually with us and attack us, asking us why we are interfering.
Paranormal yang membantu pun akan diserang karena dianggap ikut urusan.
I have read many articles about clients being taken advantage of and cheated, especially in this dark world of black magic, or santet. What I gather is that these dukuns actually believe they have supernatural powers to put a deadly curse on another person. I managed to discuss this with Kiprana Lewu, a celebrity spiritualist, who told me that he was once a practitioner of black magic.
I studied the art of santet much earlier because I wanted this power and learn how to use it or fight it. There may be those who are cynical, but most people, regardless if they are Muslims, Christians, Hindus or Buddhists, believe in the supernatural and the unseen.
Understanding that, from the theory of being able to send a nail and inflict pain on the victim. Since you understand how to do that and you've done that before, now in healing, how do you use the same power but in the reverse?
For example, if someone in the past had asked me to put a curse on a victim, they always make us promise not to reverse the curse. If it happens that a victim comes to me to be treated, whether or not it was me who put a spell on him, it is my obligation to cure him of the curse.
Orang yang memang kena santet, baik itu oleh saya ataupun bukan, tetap pada saat dia datang kita wajib untuk membantu. Jadi,
therefore, the correct mantras and holy words that we use to neutralize the spell or curse is already inherent in the victim's body.
Sihir yang memang ada di dalam tubuh orang tersebut.
Why did you change your course of work? Why did you stop practicing santet?
Karena saya tidak mendapatkan
Because I could have peace of mind. I have always felt nervous, agitated, and I felt I was committing many sins, feelings of guilt about hurting others.
dikejar-kejar dengan rasa bersalah atau guilty feeling terhadap orang-orang yang pernah saya celakai. Alangkah baiknya
Isn't it better that you improve your faith in whichever corridor of belief that you have?
koridor agamanya yang dianutnya. Insya Allah kalau mungkin Muslim ya dengan
God willing, for the Muslims in their prayers, this will protect them not only from curses, but anything connected to black magic. For those of other religions, strengthen your faith and learn more about your own religion.
Perdalam aja apa yang memang diajarkan oleh agama itu sendiri.
Similarly, the victims of black magic will not be given any notice in advance. But black magic being practiced from generations before, the antidote is similarly from generations before, what we always are told, to have faith and spiritual strength. Through our contacts in Jakarta, we managed to locate a shop that sells the supplies and items used by fake dukuns and shamans in their artificial rituals. As requested by the owner of the shop, the details of the shop, location, and owner will not be revealed. One of the first items he showed us was the technique of creating smoke from a special oil or liquid. Another popular item is some matter which will combust with spectacular effects. This oil, for example, can be used in some fake ritual or test that when put on your skin will cause the skin to feel a burning sensation. And the particularly sensitive areas are the forehead, inner side of the arm, and the abdomen. This looks familiar, doesn't it? The infamous Jenglot figurines in various sizes and designs. In light of this, it is perplexing that people still believe they are real. There are countless cases of people being cheated of their life savings by these charlatans. Some have been reported in the media. Some celebrity dukuns have also been taken to court, charged for fraud, and given jail terms. The public must be informed and wary of these fake and dangerous dukuns. One must never be desperate and gullible. I am meeting an expert on this matter, Dr. Degantara from the Universitas Negeri Jakarta, who will explain to me the scientific perspective of the practice and belief in santet in Indonesia. In your profession, lecturing for social sciences, you have studied the history and all about there is to know for santet. Can you please tell me how many different types of santet are there in Indonesia?
Santet dalam tradisional itu ada.
In the traditional form, the effect is direct. A shaman who wants to call a jinn, for example, without the help of an instrument or without the help of a medium, can ask directly to the jinn to afflict harm on someone or to possess the subject, to be a mediator. Then again, whenever we talk about santet or black magic, the view is always negative. But there are also those who use magic for positive purposes. In many societies, in respect to santet, it is usually inherited or connected to the traditions and cultures of the ancestors. And the phenomena today, in Indonesia, in 34 provinces, each have their own forms of santet. They are in reverence to their ancestors.
Ada santet dengan berbagai macam tipe, gaya, dan tradisional sesuai dengan nenek moyangnya.
Doctor, what's your message or advice to the audience about this paradigm shift in mentality which will resultantly change the meaning of santet from negative to positive?
Pendapat saya, yang saya bisa
In my opinion, those who do not believe should believe. Believe in what? To believe in God. When we are one with God, we will be confident that everything we do brings positivity. And we will protect ourselves from negativity, and especially if the polarity includes electromagnetic particles that are delivered via santet that can hurt.
Disalurkan dalam santet tersebut bisa membuat menyelakai orang.
In my religion, I have the ustas or kai. These people cannot be hurt by santet. So, think positive.
There you have it. Santet itself is nothing but a method. Its effects is what you make of it. Good begets good, bad begets bad. So why not choose good? Why not choose positive and change the meaning of santet altogether? When I was interviewing Dr. Digantara, a colleague of his, Mohd Rizka Irawan, was also present and surprisingly used a transference of energy to help soothe Dr. Digantara, who was suffering a coughing bout. Subsequently, I decided to ask Mohd Rizki to show me some rituals to determine some matters. I am back here at the cemetery in Jeruk Purut. Tonight, I'll be meeting someone very interesting. His name is Mohd Rizka Irawan. He is a lecturer of economics, but for this show, I have learned that he's also very learned in the practice of santet from an academic perspective. I have spoken to many practitioners of santet, spiritualists who heal people who suffer from santet. But I never fully can be convinced about how it works or why it works. Tonight, we will see for the first time the actual ritual of the practice of santet, and most importantly, how it is removed. How have you used this gift to heal people, victims of santet?
Humans can be hurt by santet when they are not religious and when they are not confident of their beliefs. But they cannot be hurt if they fill their hearts with positive energy, which includes godliness, no vengeful thoughts, never thinking bad about others, doing good deeds, always thinking positive. These are the people who will not be affected by santet. Santet can be reversed using the power of Mother Nature. No need for prayers, no need to use magic. Just the power of Mother Nature is enough.
At this point, I'd like to invite Mohd Rizka Irawan to show us the ritual of santet, where an object is sent to a person, and most importantly, how it is removed. After the break, we shall see if Mohd Rizka Irawan can replicate one of the most common practices of santet, called susuk, where he will try to insert a foreign object into another person's skin using black magic. We are in the famous haunted cemetery of Jeruk Purut in Jakarta, and the perfect place for us to carry out our santet experiment. The experiment, though not scientific, had parameters so that we can gauge its authenticity and results. We prepared some items ourselves for the experiment that included eggs, coconut milk, lemon, and charcoal. We also selected a human subject. I am right now preparing items for this pot under the instructions of Mohd Rizka to prepare for the ritual for the santet. The chicken bones is supposed to attract the entities as part of the ritual.
This is chicken blood, black chicken. Its use is similar to humans in their lives. The jinns also have needs, and this is for them to drink if they want to. This is their food, and how they drink or eat this is varied. We shall wait for the reaction. Staples. I use this because it is small. We are not very big. Give me your hand, your left hand. There is energy of a jinn on my right hand. I want you to also feel it.
I feel a sharp pain, a burning pain on my skin coming from his fingers.
Breathe normally. There's nothing but hot energy. This proves that something has entered my hands. This is a jinn that has come uninvited, maybe from the other world, and is not pleased with what we are doing. That side is okay. He has accepted our offerings. I need to take care of that side. Wait, give me 5 minutes.
Mohd Rizka immediately began to prepare Mas Rio, who volunteered to be the test victim. Rizka ordered him to focus strongly on negative thoughts, whilst he attempted to open Rio's aura. We kept our distance and silence, allowing Rizka to call on the spirits around us.
We have done what needs to be done. There are even offerings made. Some bones. Some oils that are used for the santet ritual in order to open the aura. But unsuccessful rituals are usual in this unseen world because we can't foresee activities for that side.
Can you tell us what were the reasons that the santet was unsuccessful?
Ternyata ada dua kubu.
There are two obstacles. The first one has given us the permission, but the second one is not allowing us. They are not happy because we are not doing what they want us to do. This is why they have prevented us from accomplishing the santet ritual to our friend just now.
Santet terhadap tubuhnya saudara kita Rio. Dalam goib.
In the realm of the supernatural, we can never understand or expect what will happen. It always changes. We can prepare for this at the last minute, but there will always be interferences and obstacles. Furthermore, I am not a santet
Dan
shaman.
sekali lagi memang saya bukan seorang dukun santet, tapi saya mengetahui tentang santet.
But I know and understand santet. Let's go down. It's not easy to be with the unseen, not easy to interact with the jinn or the supernatural. This is why even after preparing, it is not guaranteed that something will happen. Sometimes it is normal to be unsuccessful in attempting santet. Even a real dukun cannot always do santet in one attempt. He will have to try many times to break the barrier.
Bisa berkali-kali untuk bisa menembus atau bisa berhasil menembus apa yang dia tuju.
Rio, can you tell me what was your experience, step by step?
Sejak awal, Mas Iwan memerintahkan untuk
From the beginning, Mas Iwan ordered me to have negative thoughts. After that, he told me to close my eyes.
setelah saya melakukan hal tersebut,
When I did that, everything turned black, as if I was going to faint.
semua
My head felt heavy.
tidak bisa lagi
Then I fainted and became conscious again.
berat kepala.
Nothing happened after that. I was told to keep calm and was cleansed by Mas Iwan, given coconut water. That made me calmer even though before that I was stuttering. In the end, I became calm.
Setelah itu dibersihkan oleh Mas Iwan, diberikan air kelapa, itu mulai lebih tenang lagi.
At one point, he was checking you using his hands and everything. During that time, he was trying to see if the item had successfully entered your body. You felt nothing, or did you have some sensation?
Ketika deteksi tersebut dilakukan,
During all the time, I did not feel anything.
saya merasakan pada saat
I felt at the moment Mas Ivan opened the aura near my temple, and I felt the heat.
kening, pada saat nempel di kening itu terasa sangat panas.
As exciting as it would have been to be able to witness a ritual of the santet practice, it was unsuccessful. I always believe that there is a lesson to be learned in every situation. As eager as I was, it doesn't change the fact that santet is black magic, and black magic is not something you mess around with, you experiment with, or you check it out. As for the disturbances of energies on the right side of the cemetery, even that cannot be explained. However, if you look at it spiritually, mysteriously, it tells us that we should not have done that. So, the lesson here is, as interesting as it would have been, as intriguing as it would have been, it was not something to be done. And like I always say, what we see may not be real, and what is real, we may not see.